Oh, hi, Sonia. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Good, good, good. Good to be here.
I know, right? So I just really wanted to do a live video so you could tell us like what you do and
Hmm.
maybe like be my shrink for today.
Be your shrink. Okay, okay.
Or like do work your magic on me a little
All right. Well,
so
let's
that people
let's
can
let's dive
see
into it.
what you do. Okay. So
Cool.
you can
Do we have
start.
are people going to be joining us in the broadcast studio?
They might. I've told people to. If not,
Sweet,
they're gonna
sweet,
watch
sweet.
it like later, I guess, like
Cool.
when it's up on my YouTube channel.
Ah, lovely, lovely. Awesome.
Okay, so you can go ahead, introduce yourself, tell what you do, and then.
Yeah, sure. So, my name is Harry Uddoh.
Hmm.
I think in a nutshell, so I'm a relationship coach, and people always ask, like, well, what does that mean? Like, what do you do? And I think the easiest way to describe what I do is that I help people cultivate meaning in their relational lives.
Hmm.
And, you can't cultivate meaning in a sort of external institution, which is the relationship you have with another person, without being aware of yourself. Like, you need to have a strong sense of self and a strong sense of meaning as an individual, right? Aside from that shared entity in order to be a functional component of that entity. So that's what I help people do, essentially. The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. So
Yourself. Hmm.
it just makes sense to start there as opposed to starting outside of yourself, because if there are certain things that you need to resolve and certain areas that you need to give yourself a little bit of TLC, there is no running away from that, right? And by it doesn't matter how much you focus on the external, that isn't
Hmm.
going to resolve your internal conflicts, right?
Exactly.
So it's either you either you face your demons or find a way to outsmart them. But
Exactly.
either way, they will rear their head, right? Like the shadow, as Carl Jung puts it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
I saw something on Twitter the other day where someone said
Hmm.
that a lot of the time people seek relationships to create some sort of ease and
Mm.
like
Did you say ease, like to
yeah,
create ease?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, like they're looking for ease from a partner, from a relationship. Like they don't realize that any kind of relationship, whether it be with your friends or a
Hmm.
lover or your
Hmm.
family,
Hmm.
actually brings more inconvenience than ease. Like that's what they said. It
Mm.
can be inconveniencing most of the time. Like because you have to go out of yourself. Like you have to, you know. I mean, I guess ease comes with companionship and sometimes, but then at the end of the day, like it's not just you, so you're gonna have to take the person or the people into consideration, which is not
Hmm.
always convenient.
Right, right. I mean, I suppose it yeah, there are certain elements that may not be convenient per se, but I wouldn't adopt that lens, because if you look at it, if you get into a relationship and you tell yourself that, oh well, this is going to be inconvenient, then it's going to feel inconvenient. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
If that's the paradigm that you're operating from, if that's your model, oh, this is going to be inconvenient, then it's going to feel inconvenient. It's I think the way that I would look at it, the way that I look at it is you make certain adjustments, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
You make certain adjustments to accommodate the other person, but also to build towards, you know, the shared vision that you have, right? And I think it's very important, because again, the whatever narrative we tell ourselves is
Mhm.
what is going to end up playing out, right?
Mhm.
And there is this belief that relationships are difficult,
Mhm.
right? That they are a grind and they're infused with drama, right? And because we have these notions, we go into relationships and we start to manifest and perpetuate these narratives. So
Hmm.
framing and modeling is incredibly important. So again, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm saying
Hmm.
that I
We
wouldn't look
shouldn't
at it in
dwell
that
on
way.
it. Yeah, we shouldn't look at
I
it in
wouldn't
that
look at
way.
it. I wouldn't look at it that way because who likes something that's inconvenient,
Hmm.
right?
I mean,
When,
it's not like I guess it's not like trying to, maybe inconvenience is the wrong word to use. Maybe it's a stronger
mhm,
word to use. But like to I guess it's like more like creating some self-awareness and like being true to yourself that that relationships, like you said, is not they're not always gonna be easy. So we should know that, but we should know that we should probably just accept or want to go the extra mile and put in
mm,
the work, to make it
okay,
work.
okay. So that's interesting, right? So I think so. There's a model that they are hard, so they're not
Mhm.
easy. They're
Mhm.
infused with drama. I actually b- believe that if you flip that, they can be easy, right?
Mhm.
Because it depends on your, again, how you approach a situation and what tools you have to deal with the various, let's say, challenges, right? And challenges can
Mhm.
take many forms. A challenge in and of itself is not a bad thing. For
Yeah.
example, if you're living in one country and your partner is living in another country, that is a challenge, right? But
Mhm.
that's not necessarily a bad thing. It depends on how you approach that situation,
Yeah.
right? So I think there is a distinction between, okay, this relationships can be easy versus relationships require conscious effort.
Effort.
So
Yeah.
there's a distinction because I believe they can be easy. They can be easy, they can be beautiful, they can be expansive, and that's how they should be. That's what everybody wants. But we
Once.
have
Yeah.
the wrong operating models, right?
Mhm.
However, to say that, oh, the relationship is easy does not mean you don't have to put in effort,
Effort. Exactly. It's not
right?
like
So
they're
you
like
the
going to
effort,
the yeah.
you're gonna have to put in effort.
Mhm.
Otherwise it is going to be hard. It
Mhm.
is going there's going to be a lot of
Be
drama. It
drama.
is going to feel
Mhm.
inconvenient, right? If you're not willing to put in the work, or if you go into it thinking, oh, this is going to be, I'm not gonna have to, do too
Too
much.
much.
I
Yeah.
can, I can just suit myself and, go at my own
Yeah.
pace, etc. Well, in that case, you might as well be on your own. And then
Mhm.
you can go at your own pace and not have to consider another person, their feelings, etc. But
Mhm.
if you're interested in something that works, right? Something that makes you feel good. Because fundamentally, we all want to feel good in a relationship. But unfortunately, for a lot of us, we've not experienced that. We've experienced, pain. We've experienced, feeling like we're being put down. We've
Mhm.
experienced, this sort of consistent cycle of drama,
Mhm.
right? But fundamentally, we all want to feel good in a relationship. Now, if you want to feel good in a relationship, then you are going to have to put in a bit of work. And it's
Yeah.
just, but here's the thing, right? If it's something that you want to do and with the right person, somebody who is compatible with you and
Mhm.
someone that you feel aligned with, you're happy to put in the work, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
It's something that you want to do. It doesn't
Exactly.
feel like, oh no, now I've got to put in. If you're feeling like, "Ugh, now I've got
Then
to,"
you're not really into that person, I guess, as much.
right? Or maybe you are into them, but you're not in a place where you are
Where you're
ready to.
ready.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And again, who can tell you that? No one can tell you that. This is why I say the most important relationship is the one you have with
With
yourself,
yourself.
because if you're not ready, I can't tell you whether or not you're ready. Like
Mhm.
you have to know this within yourself, you know?
Yeah. And it's funny because like once I talk to some people about relationships and it's like,
Mhm.
okay, they see someone or like their exes were a particular way with them, and then
Mhm.
they meet someone and they're different with that person, and it's
Mhm.
pretty much what you're saying is like maybe at the point where they were with you they were not
Mhm.
like ready, and
Mhm.
then they maybe your being with you and breaking up eventually, made them sit down and think about certain things, and they
Mm, mm,
became
mm,
ready, and
mm,
so they
mm.
became ready for the next
Mhm. Mhm.
person, right? So
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
so people are like, why couldn't he be like that with me? So sometimes, we have to help each other. I guess I tell people like we're helping
Mm-hmm,
each
mm-hmm.
other. Like everyone is someone's ex, except you've never been in a relationship before. But
Absolutely.
everyone is someone's ex,
Absolutely.
and so we should teach ourselves lessons for the next person if we don't end up with that person, forever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like it's a process of, mutual education, because there are certain elements of your personality that only show up in relation with another person.
Person, exactly.
You know what I mean? Certain insecurities you have that, if you were living on your own in a vacuum,
Mhm.
it's just you. There's no external sort of stimulus to
Mhm.
activate your insecurities, right? Or
Mhm.
certain things that you are yet to develop, certain facets of your character that you are
Mhm.
yet to develop, right? So that's the beautiful thing about relationships. And if we are
And
conscious
they're
about what's
unique,
going on.
to be honest. They're unique with each person because everybody comes with their own personality,
Hmm.
and so relating to that is going to be unique in except like you like I don't think like we know that there's no two people that are exactly the same, so
True.
it's always going to be
Hmm.
unique, right? It's just like how
Hmm.
in most of my relationships with even like friends, not
Hmm.
necessarily romantic, I was
Hmm.
used to getting words of affirmation, like
Oh,
people
okay.
saying, like
Hmm.
making me feel good, like with what they're
Hmm.
saying, like, oh, you look good today, oh, you're this, you're
Hmm.
that. So like even people that I'm not in a relationship, they always people tell me stuff like that a lot. So when I ended
Hmm.
up like seeing someone who doesn't do
Hmm.
any of that, I didn't look at it as one of my major love languages. To me, is like acts of service. Although I feel I need all of them in their proportions.
Right. But do you
But
think that
then
words of affirmation for you would be the most pertinent one?
no, it's acts of service actually.
Act of service.
Yes.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
but with this person, because I wasn't getting words of affirmation at all, it's like words of affirmation always just used to happen. So I didn't think it was more pertinent, like, because that was like the given
You were
thing that,
used to it. Right.
yeah,
It
I'm used
was.
to
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
So when I
Hmm.
wasn't
Hmm.
getting it from this person, it's just like, okay, what's going on?
Mm,
It's like, no, I don't like this.
mm,
Like, you need. I realized I also need it as like because from the person's actions, I
hmm.
would feel like the person really cares about me. But then
Right.
it's not being backed up with words, So I'm just like, what's going on? Are you just acting like this because some people are nice people, are good people to everyone. So sometimes it's not really about you.
Mm,
They're not being especially nice to you, maybe this is just who
hmm.
they are. Sorry, my son is
Mm.
Elroy, come back later, please. Mommy's busy. I'm coming when I finish. So yeah, it was just like, okay, are you just being nice because you're just nice?
Hmm.
Or do you actually like, so I can't really tell too much from just your actions because I can see you're like this with pretty much everyone, which is a good thing.
Right.
But then
Hmm. But you
because
wanted to know what makes me special to you, right? Fundamentally, that.
yeah, like, do you actually
Right.
just, yeah, not necessarily special, but do you actually like, are you really into me, or it's just convenient, or you're just, and then you're just being nice,
Mm,
like being
mm,
you, right? So
mm.
I don't know. It was a
Well, that's
very
very
weird
interesting.
thing to experience
And
and to think about.
I'm curious. So did you at any point bring this up with your partner at the time? Like, did you vocalize this?
Yeah, I did. I brought it up more than once in different ways, actually.
Hmm.
And at the point
Oh,
of
in
bringing
different ways.
it, yeah.
So wait. So were you sort of like going around the
No,
topic,
I would
or?
I would say it like when something happens and something that makes me,
Hmm.
so like maybe I probably said it to him like more than maybe about 3 times, but maybe something else
Hmm.
would like trigger it, and then I end up bringing that up as well. So it's like, okay, like I don't know, I like I like the way I just told you. Like I told him like I'm used to getting like
Mm-hmm.
people saying this stuff. Like even your friends
Mm-hmm.
are quick to compliment me or say something about my personality that they love, like from just
Mm,
meeting me for the first time or whatever. And for
mm-hmm.
you, it's not, you don't do or say any of that. And so I'm just wondering,
Mm,
like, do
mm,
you even have any high, like, do you have high regards for me at all? Like, do you actually admire me as a person at all? Like, you do treat me nicely, but it's like it needs to match up. Like, it can't be just one. I just feel like it can't be one thing. And then he'll say, oh, that when in response to me bringing up, he's like, oh, of course I like you, and I do think you're this, that. And I'm just like, but it doesn't sound, it's not nice now because it's like I have to say something for you to say it, right?
ooh. Oh, that's very interesting. But so tell me, after you brought it up on those three separate occasions, did you notice a like was there any change in them? So did they start to shower you with words of affirmation? Or like if they were at zero before, did they move to like
Mm-hmm.
one or two?
In in one area, just in one
Okay,
area.
okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So one area that wasn't sufficient enough.
No, because it's like in one area because it's like okay, let's see, we're going out and I dress up and I look nice
Mm-hmm,
and okay, I'm sorry, I make clothes and I make
mm-hmm,
my own hair and I do a lot of stuff like that for myself. So usually we would go if we were going out and I'm like all dressed up. There's no like, oh, you look good or nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing like
mm,
that. Even
mm,
after saying something, or he would, or if we're going out with friends, he would wait for his friend to, or his friend will compliment me. I'm like, oh my gosh, you really look good today. Look at your hair. Look at your
mm,
outfit. You really look good. And then he'll be like, I know,
mm.
right? And that's when he says, I know, right? I'm just like, why did you say on your own?
Mm,
Why are you attaching to his compliment? Like, I actually said that right there in front of both of them. It's like, why
mm,
why didn't you say it by yourself? Like, why did you wait till your friend is complimenting me to say I know, right? Like, just not, don't do that. So yeah, I don't
mm.
know. That was
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. And so there was no real change.
no, there was no real change, and that's when I just decided, you know what, this is no longer interesting for me, or it's no
Mm-hmm.
longer like worth it for me because I realized that he's probably one of these people like we're all used to being by ourselves and being single for a long time. We
Mm-hmm.
I know it can be hard to adjust to someone else, but I just feel like
Mm,
I'm someone who I like to believe I'm very self-aware and like I try to be very honest with myself. So as much as I really enjoy my
mm-hmm.
own company, I really do enjoy as much as I really enjoy my own company. I enjoy meeting people and spending time with people. I enjoy companionship as well, whether it be in a romantic relationship or just friends or family or whatever. I enjoy companionship. Like so when I decide I want to be around someone, I'm there. Right? And I'm gonna put in the effort that I feel is necessary to also make you feel like comfortable. I don't have to do too much to be honest to make people feel comfortable around me. But are you there? Hello? Harry? Harry? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me now? Oops. We lost Harry there, guys. Hopefully he'll come back. I guess he's having some network issues. But yeah, what was I even saying? How's everybody's Sunday going? I didn't even say hi and welcome to this Sunday sit down with Sonia. So let me say hello and welcome to Sunday sit down with Sonia. So Harry is a relationship coach, and we were just talking about relationship and stuff, and I was using myself an example. And I don't know if he's gonna come back or not. Hopefully he does, but just in case he doesn't, I'm just gonna, let me find out. Let me text him and see if he's gonna be able to come back. But yeah, so I was just talking about myself and relationships, and from past, we've talked about relationships on here before, and I think I've spoken about how I look at them. I have recently decided that I do want to be in a relationship, like a committed one, and I would like to, be in a long-term committed relationship, but it's just like I don't want. I'm very used to my own company, and so it's hard for me to like just find, because I don't want anyone to come and give me stress. Like nobody wants anybody to give them stress, to be honest. And so it's just, I know that I can compromise, like I make compromises on behalf of other people, but I really don't appreciate it when I'm doing that and someone is not doing the same for me. So it's not very easy navigating that. And there's always perception. Okay, he's back. Hello.
So I'm back.
Yeah, I was like, okay, he's
I
still
don't know
there.
what happened there. I tried to send a message in the chat. I don't know if you saw it, but like just kick me out. My
Oh no, it didn't come.
Wi-Fi
It didn't come
is
on.
acting up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't even remember what I was saying. I was okay. Yeah, I was saying like I try to
Cool, cool,
to to
cool.
be to be self-aware and like realize that I also need to put in effort, and when I'm around someone and make the necessary compromises like necessary, like to make the person feel comfortable. But it just is not really nice when you're doing that and it's like the person is not doing the same for you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
What's going on? We're both not in Nigeria, so internet should not be this bad.
Oh,
Hello? 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 Hello?
hello.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you see or hear me?
Yeah, I can. So it seems you
Awesome.
cannot hear
Awesome.
me. Can you
What
hear
is
me?
going on?
It's like off and on.
It keeps like breaking up on my end. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, yikes. This is so sad. All the other people I've had on here, it's been fine. I guess his internet is choppy or whatever. Um, I mean, if you
Hello.
want to just, hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Uh,
Do you want to try maybe taking your video off? Maybe it would help. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
yep.
I cannot. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Can you still hear me?
So
Hello? Oh, that sucks. maybe um you know what? Let's end this and try maybe Instagram live or something, and then I can add that to the post.